Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and this is a weather and lifestyle news show, and uh, a little bit of happiness on a Friday, the 13th. Oh boy, do we stay in? Do we go out, or do we throw salt over our right shoulder? Uh, they say Friday the 13th is uh, kind of taboo, and I don't know. I say we go out and live it up, have a good time, watch a great movie. It's Friday. It's Friday. So we got weather. Boy, we got more hurricanes coming up from the tip of Africa. And I thought it was done. No, no, lo and behold, we got a few. They call them invest, and they could turn into, I think, one Steve. Uh, Steve, of all things. Why can't they come up with Stanley or Sebastian or something really good? No, Steve. I think that's what the next one is. How did we get to S's? I didn't even, I thought we were at L. Now we're at S. Oh boy. That means MNOPQRS. Oh boy. We already been through a bunch. And what did I do? Sleep through them? I don't know. And then I made a mistake. And I'm not one to worry about falling on the sword, but I said solar eclipse was yesterday. Nope, it's tomorrow, folks. You hadn't missed it. Get your paper plates, and I was talking yesterday where you get one paper plate, you put a hole in it, put another one behind it, turn your back to the sun, and you look through. You could watch the eclipse. But I got lots of stuff on this. Everybody's excited about it. And then we even got Miss Davis. Boy, Miss Davis. What is it? Did I get blocked again? Boy, I'm getting shows taken, blocked, and chat blocked. And oh, yeah. And it flows over into this show. This show's good. It doesn't do any wrong. But yeah, they tend to want to mess with me. Uh, I think it has to do with everything over in Israel and prayers for everyone in Israel. Um, we just have to pray. So, all right, I'm going to go on with let's get Miss Davis. Oops, I think I took her out. I think I had her lined up and I just took her out. Oh boy. No, but boy, thank goodness William isn't watching because I think he'd be upset. I took his Miss Davis. All right, here we go.
Our cross country storm we've been talking about all week is in the plains, and that's where we're going to see some high winds for today. From Kansas up through Nebraska into South Dakota, watch out. Those winds are going to be whipping, and we could be looking at wind gusts upwards of 35 miles per hour. Now, this storm continues on the move. So, Friday into Saturday, Midwest, you're up, and you'll see some heavy rain moving through. And then, unfortunately, for the Northeast, once again along the I 95 corridor, yes, you are going to have some rain in your forecast for the weekend. Here's a look at rainfall totals. Milwaukee, Chicago, watch out. Flooding could be a concern for you. Rainfall totals upwards of 3 inches. For the Northeast State College, you could see 1 to 2 inches of rain. DC, about a half inch. Philly up to New York, an inch of rain could be coming your way.
Uh, so rain, and storms up in the north. So be careful. And then we have, like I said, the hurricanes coming up from the tip of Africa. All right, earthquakes. Oh boy, take a look at this. Uh, I, you know, the more I look at these earthquakes, the more it's just more happening. Now look at this big one down here. It was a 6.0 Western India an Arctic ridge. Now I think the reason they didn't put it on the news is because there's not much there. And then we go straight over to a South Sandwich Islands regions of 5.3. Now if we go up and around the Ring of Fire, now we got the Ring of Fire solar eclipse happening. So Ring of Fire is what they call it. So I'm going to go around the Ring of Fire south of Fiji Islands 5.2. We are going to go over to, it looks like Solomon Islands of 4.6. And then we go to 5.2 in the Philippines. And it wasn't even that deep. We're missing these deep ones. Now, we got two of them, one in Japan and Imabetsu 5.0. And then we had one Kursk, Russia, 5.1. And then, it got real quiet up towards Alaska, Atka, Alaska, 3.5. And the one highest up is Kabuk, 2.5. Um, I'm going to go down to Petrola, California, 2.8. We have one way out in Warm River, Idaho. This was about 5 miles deep. So there's a good possibility you might have felt a little bit of something. Now let's go on down to New Idria, California, 2.5. Then we have Western Texas, 3.1, and 2.8. Now we had a few over in Hawaii, Ohinu. Ohinu. I guess that's how it's pronounced, the 2.6. That's one we haven't heard of. It's very quiet in South America. We have southern Peru with a 4.5. Um, Dominican Republic, 3.9. And then check this out up by Iceland. Iceland region, 4.5. It's right on the fault line. Uh, uh, Ray Janes Ridge, 4.6. So there's two of them. And so I expected one in Italy, but no, it was Greece. And it's about 8 miles deep. And it was 4.4. Now we have a bunch over here in Afghanistan, a 4.7. These could be aftershocks, a 4.5. Um, Tajikistan at 4.4. And then over to Afghanistan again for a 4.2. There was only 35 of them. So lo and behold, I'm going to make sure I look up and down and um, up, down, all around. Yeah. All right. So, oh boy. So the eclipse, boy, everybody is just all, this is very exciting for
So
everybody.
almost
So
every
let me, we have Ari. Where's Karen today with Ari? Um, he's ready to give our eclipse. What the eclipse will look like where you live. So here we go with Ari.
one in the US will have a chance to see at least a partial solar eclipse on Saturday. But how much of it you'll see and when, well, that depends on where you are. Now, we have a breakdown for you, but first, a caveat. This is all assuming that you have clear skies and an unobstructed view of the sun, which, by the way, you should only look at with proper eye protection, but you know that already, right? So keeping all that in mind, the narrow band that you see here is the path of the annular eclipse. From the Oregon coast, it goes all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico and Texas. Those spots will see that ring of fire that we've been talking about, which is when the moon is in front of the sun, but it doesn't cover it up completely. Everyone else will get a partial eclipse, starting in the west with the sun about 80 to 90% covered. From there, the farther east you go, the less of an eclipse there will be, ranging from about 60% in parts of the Midwest to about 20% or less than that in the far northeast. Basically, maximum eclipse coverage will hit different areas at different times, with the ring of fire starting at about 9:13 a.m. local time in Eugene, Oregon, and ending around noon local time in Corpus Christi, Texas.
So if we look at this map, even Pennsylvania, Karen and Susan will be able to see this. How wonderful. You guys get your glasses, do the paper plates I told you about. If not, just it's going to be dim tomorrow for most of the United States. So, boy, I'm getting excited about this. So they say, let me get this.
Holding up a DVD.
Um, Here's what to know about the solar eclipse and glasses. Now, they're going to give you some ideas here. Just like I gave you a few tips, they're going to give. The Weather Channel has ideas.
Looking through a foil-lined potato chip bag. Those are all bad ways to view the upcoming solar eclipse on October 14th and pretty good ways to damage your eyes. There's only one way to safely look at the sun, and that's with ISO certified eclipse glasses. And never put any optical devices before the glasses, says John Gianforte, an astronomer and director of the University of New Hampshire Observatory. They should be worn just like regular glasses, and light from the sun should pass through the eclipse glasses first. Gianforte also says that this upcoming event should be treated as a partial eclipse, and eye protection must be worn the entire time. While most of the sun will be blocked, the rays from the ring of fire visible around the edges of the moon's shadow can still cause eye damage if not viewed properly.
So yeah, don't go looking at the sun, looking at the eclipse, folks. It will burn your eyes, and they'll burn for days, they say. And so we got, I got to get to this kangaroo. This kangaroo is kind of cute because he's waiting on a bus. Now, this is like someone caught it. When we are out and about with our cell phones and we catch something unusual. And this one here was a kangaroo waiting. Was he waiting for the bus? We don't know. But I think it was a very cute story. And I think you guys are going to love this.
He fell right into the bus.
Is he waiting on the bus? We don't know because the bus didn't show up to see if he jumped aboard. I bet he would have, though. Uh, I think that I give kudos to the person that caught this because you don't always catch something like this. All right, so as solar eclipse nears, indigenous traditions encourage inactivity, including no spectating, eating, and sleeping. The Ring of Fire event is considered a rebirth of the sun, according to the Navajo tradition. Uh, for a few hours, um, uh, Crystal Curley and her Indigenous Women's Work Group took over a college auditorium to share the traditional Navajo practices regarding this weekend's highly anticipated solar eclipse. More than 50 people, young and old, showed up for the chance to either connect with or remember cultural protocol going back hundreds of years. Did you guys know that? This is a great history. They laid out books on Navajo astronomy and corn pollen used for blessings. A medicine man fielded questions from my majority Navajo. Um, and so don't look at the eclipse, eat, drink, sleep, or engage in physical activity, according to the Navajo uh, elders. Huh, I don't know about that. Well, we got Halloween coming up. And a lot of people, they say, oh, what's a really good recipe for some pumpkin seeds? Now we're getting closer and we still got a few weeks away, and hopefully we can get a few more recipes. And if you got a great one, put them down in the comments. So here we go with a delicious pumpkin seeds. How many of you knew that your pumpkin seeds last for 2 months? I know I've thrown mine out after a couple weeks and I'm thinking, oh, it's got to be bad. But I never knew until I watched this clip that they are good up to 2 months if you put them in a bag. So be sure, you set them out or the family munch on them, and then you know what? Put them in a Ziploc bag and store them up. And then maybe for Thanksgiving, bring them back out for a delicious treat. Throw them in some popcorn. Yeah, I was amazed. I didn't know that they would last for 2 months. Um, Texas health officials, lake meat officials, warn of rare but deadly brain eating imabo. Am oh boy, found present in hot springs. Now this is Lake Mead, and this brain eating is found in hot springs. Now, when I seen hot springs, I instantly clicked on it because we have hot springs, Arkansas, where they have the water, and you can actually take some with the minerals, and they say you could put it in your bath water, and they're healing waters. Well, now officials in Nevada are warning visitors of a brain eating disease with a near 100% infection fatality rate. And this is at Lake Mead. So if you go to Lake Mead, be very, very careful, folks. We're getting it to the end of our tourist season, and a lot of people are grabbing up the nearest place they can go. So if you go to Lake Mead, be very, very careful. The airline says new coffee tastes better at 30,000 feet. Really? I don't know. It tastes like instant coffee. I've flown before, and the instant coffee. Ugh, I don't know if it's instant. I'm sorry. On what they do to it, but I always I always grab a Coke or a tea or something because, and then I always ask for the coffee, because they always ask, and it's I never liked the coffee on there, but they say now they've improved their coffee. It says airlines new coffee. It's a full bodied flavor. And you might like this now. They said you might be very interested in the new flavor, the new taste, the new coffee on the airlines. So try it. If you're up around Alaska, Oregon, Washington, try it. You might like it. Tourist Tate, that now they're coming. They're not just walking up and being nice to the bison. Now they're sneaking up on them. Now this is like the probably about the sixth story I've heard that um, sneaking up on bisons at Yellowstone Park. There's always one idiot that tries to look smart and that ends up getting charged. They get chased. I've even seen videos where they've climbed up into trees, and the bison will go after the tree and hit on the tree, trying to knock these people out. They are large. They are not afraid of you. They're not afraid of cars. They're not afraid of anything. They will just charge. So this dummy um, tried to sneak up on this bison. They have injured more people and any other wildlife in the parks. They're saying that bison attacks are even far more than mountain lions. I mean, that's really got to tell you something. Leave the bison alone. Go to Yellowstone, look at them, look at the beauty, take the pictures, but don't sneak up on the bisons. Oh, they're over 2,000 pounds. Don't let their size fool you, they say. They can run 35 and sometimes even 40 miles an hour. Can you outrun? How fast can you run? Oh, yeah. So be careful. They say don't sneak up on it. And then there is a gentleman, boy, I got to show you the picture, the latest fool that decided he was going to sneak up on a bison. And of course, it didn't work. He didn't get hurt. He's okay. But how many times does Yellowstone have to say, leave the bison alone? Don't sneak up on them. Don't think they're fuzzy little bunnies and you could get a treat and take it up, walk up to them. I did it. I was a dummy. I went right up. I thought, oh, how cute. Uh, but thank goodness it didn't charge me. I backed up. I heard it making snorting sounds. I said, no, okay. I backed up very slowly and got out of there. Now, I didn't get charged, but boy, don't leave the bison alone. All right. A student spots breathtaking white deer while on a fishing trip. Now, yeah, I have seen them in captive, and a lot of people um, um, have seen them in captive or they see them in the zoos, but very rarely do we see the white deer or albino deer in the wild. And so a guy on a fishing trip happened to capture one. Boy, isn't that something? Wow. All right. Onward. Now, this one here, trail camera captures wolf pups enjoying a summer day. Now, uh, usually the wolves will travel in packs, and the adult wolves will stay out to where, and same way with coyotes. And I know here their young aren't really seen that much, and they try to keep them protected. So because they're so easy to be taken down by other wildlife and hunters, or someone that just don't want like the wolves. So it's very rarely that we get to capture uh, wolves playing. And lo and behold, we've got this gentleman that was able to capture the baby wolves. Now, did you see that they get up to 6 feet long, folks? These are huge when wolves get big. And so, if you see what looks like a large dog, it's not that long. It was probably a coyote or a coyote, as some people call them. Now, wolf is way longer, and so it's closer to 6 feet. So, just a little info. Now, I don't know what to think of this one because I'm not sure if I believe this or not. Now, this guy says he captured Bigfoot, and it's all over the media. And I looked at it and I said, I don't know. Because how many times have we seen Bigfoot footage and then come to find out 10, 15 years later, oh, it was fake, a guy in a suit? Well, they're claiming this one is. They say this is the Bigfoot. I don't know. You guys decide for yourselves. So here we go. Boy, I got a lot of videos today.
Elusive creature. All right, just squat it down. Yeah, let me see your camera. I'll do it.
He's kind of far away. The camera doesn't have a really good view of it. He squats down. Uh, I don't know, folks. And I've had people send this to me and said, "Is this real?" And I was like, I don't know. I just don't know. All right. So we're getting on to the funny post for the day and funny instructions. Some examples of why the human race has probably evolved as far as possible. These are actual instruction labels on consumer goods. So these are actually put on there or in your instructions. On a Sears hair dryer, do not use while sleeping. A bag of Fritos. You could be a winner. No purchase necessary. Details inside. It's is that a shoplifter special? I'm not real sure. On a bar of dial soap, directions. Use like regular soap, but they say it's just a suggestion though. On Tesco's tiramisu dessert, um, do not turn upside down. But the instructions are on the other side. So then you flip it upside down to read it. And then you hear, don't turn it upside down. Ah, I wonder if they knew that when they put it on the shelf. Not to, how many times did it get put upside down? Hmm. Okay. On Marks and Spencer bread pudding, product will be hot after heating. Well, it depends on how hot. Hey, there you are. William, how you doing? William, you're going to see the eclipse really well. Did you get you and Mickey some glasses? You got to get her some. You can't have her looking at that sun. Yeah. On the package of for a Rowenta iron, do not iron clothes on body. It would save more time if you did it, but you could burn yourself. So don't no. You have to put it on a board. Uh, on Boots Children's cough medicine, do not drive or operate machinery. No, don't let your kids drive on cough syrup. I seen one where a 10-year-old got in trouble. His dad was drunk, so he had his 10-year-old drive, and the 10-year-old got pulled over for swerving all over the road. And it's only because he wasn't seeing over the steering wheel well. So if you kids are on cough syrup, don't let them drive. On Nitol sleep aid, warning, may cause drowsiness. On a Korean kitchen knife, warning, keep out of children. Oh boy, that one got me. William, you got to keep the knives out of children. Well, okay. On on a string of Christmas lights for indoor or outdoor use only. Can you put it on your tree though? I don't know. It doesn't say. On Salisbury peanuts, warning, contain nuts. On American Airlines packet of nuts, instructions, open packet, eat nuts. Yeah. On a Swedish chainsaw, do not attempt to stop chainsaw with your hands. That's like giving the kids cough syrup and not letting them drive. Or ironing with your clothes on. Yeah, okay. These are on the instructions, folks. I guess some just need this extra extra warning to make them feel better. On a child's Superman costume, wearing this garment does not enable you to fly. That's right. Yeah. Don't try flying at home. All right. Okay. So that is it for today. And it's Friday the 13th. And be very careful tonight. We have protest, and that's all I'm going to say on it. Just be very careful, but have a great Friday the 13th. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it depress you. Go out and have a good time. Get a great movie. You know me, for Friday night, hit Redbox. Get something you haven't seen. There's quite a few movies out. So, with that, folks, we have news in an hour. I got some great news updates on what's going on over in Israel. So, come on back in 30 minutes and join me. And of course, at let's see, it would be 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. We will have trivia. No news, just trivia. And it is, what is it? TV shows. How well do you know your TV shows? I don't know. I missed a bunch of them. Boy, these are some hard ones, folks. So bring the family, bring the popcorn, bring the kids, because there's some kiddie questions in there. That's, I wish my grandkids would have been here when I was doing it so I could know the answers. So I was surprised, and now I don't remember most of them. So I might play along and see if what I can get. William, I don't know. I think me and you and uh, I don't know. I think Linda's going to win us tonight. So come on back and play some trivia. If you haven't played with us yet, no news, just trivia and a lot of fun. So bring the popcorn, bring the candy, the kids, and the nuts. And remember, how do you do nuts? You open the package and you eat the nuts. Um, so, with that, folks, we will see you on Monday, or we will see you for the next few shows. Have a wonderful Friday, and have a great Friday the 13th and a weekend. And don't forget the Ring of Fire solar eclipse is tomorrow starting at 9 a.m.